always had that something in you where you wanted to strive for better. So describe for me, what has your journey been like in life?
The journey it's been very hard because, I was on public assistance, so it was like, at first it was a boundary there. Anybody knows about public assistance, they don't want you to go so far, or they're gonna cut it off.
When you describe yourself now, tell me, who's Freddie Stevenson, the man that you are now?
A few years ago, I remember in college, they would always have speakers come in and ask us who we are. I wouldn't have been able to answer the question. It probably would have had something to do with football. I'm a fullback for Florida State. I want to play in the NFL. But now it's just simple. I'm Freddie Stevenson, man of purpose.
This is a passion of mine. The whole premise behind the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is to spotlight the fact that it is now time for you to get your dope comeback story.
Hey, say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz.
Every Monday, I call people into a studio and we dig into their comeback stories, because I know that we see people in their glory and we see people when they're on top, when they can have that silver lining to them, but we all go through some things, right? We all go through some things, and I think once we're real with people and we let people know the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, it only makes us human and it connects one of us.
So I just want to know, what would be your advice to someone who is looking to start their own podcast?
First and foremost, let me back up. Find your voice. What are you going to talk about? Is it something that people want to listen to? How long will your podcast be? What's going to be the consistency of your podcast? Are you going to do it like weekly, daily? Are you going to do it monthly? So once you find that, because that's going to indicate if somebody wants to listen to your podcast or not. I do know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it with God. I'm doing it because this is a passion of mine. And when you are passionate about something, you're not going to stop. So it really it comes down to how bad do you want it.
It definitely comes down to how bad do you want it. And of course, if you are tuned into tonight's episode, I know that you want it really, really, really bad. And so thank you so much, my Jazzie crew, for tuning in to episode 164 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. This is an award-winning podcast that celebrates the power of the comeback. I truly believe that you can come back from anything with God, using the right resources effectively, and doing the necessary work. Doing those 3 principles of my comeback formula, I can guarantee you that you will be on your way to a phenomenal, dope comeback. Listen, it is a fantastic Monday, September 8th. We are getting things started really for our dopest comeback ever of the year. All right. So make sure that you keep your goals at the forefront. Make sure you are crushing them. You are doing something every day that leads you to your goals. I'm going to tell you something that you can do that will help me get to my goal. We are celebrating not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 years of podcast greatness right here on this show. You've gotten me to 4 years of podcasting, and I'm inviting you to come and celebrate with me on November 8th from noon to 6 p.m. at Catapult Lakeland. We are shutting it down. I am inviting the livest of the livest DJ, the vendorist of the vendors, if that's a word. We're having some vendors, food, drinks, live panels, and you. In order for you to be there, all you have to do is get your tickets on eventbrite.com. But if you are listening and you are looking at this podcast live, tonight is your opportunity to get those tickets. And so we have 3 dynamic panels that are going to be definitely highlighting and spotlighting those 3 principles of my comeback formula. And then we are celebrating with live entertainment. We are celebrating with a live DJ. So it is going to be such an amazing event, and you need to be there. All right. This show sells out every year. So get your tickets, not now, but right now. All right. And without further ado, this is an amazing guest. I say all of my guests are amazing, but this is an amazing guest that I love when she pops up on my timeline. I love to see where she's at next because she's a trailblazer, y'all. She travels and she's living in her purpose, and those are my kind of people. And on top of that, I love me some music, and she can sing. Listen, she can sing. Maybe she'll sing a little bit when we come on. She, I may ask her to do a little something, a little 1-2 with the vocal cords. We'll see how that goes. But without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to Miss CeCe Teneal. Now, she is a powerhouse soul vocalist who performs. Her performances are an equal part of revival, celebration, and intimate conversation. So she was born in Osteen, Florida. She inherited her gift of singing, and being a songstress from her mother, and has since carried it to more than 60 countries, opening for legends like B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Joe Cocker, and Fantasia, whether honoring Aretha in Portrait of Aretha, channeling icons in Divas of Soul, or delivering her own originals. CeCe commands the stage with a voice that transcends gender, generations, genres, and geography. But beyond the performance, you guys, her mission is to heal and to uplift through music. That charity of purpose has earned her multiple independent music awards: the Orlando Music Trailblazer Award, the 2019 Citrus Bowl Halftime Spotlight, and recognition from civic leaders who declared September 17th as the annual CeCe Teneal Day. She's honored in 2023 by the Orlando Magic as a diversity game changer. CeCe continues to deliver electrifying, soul-deep connections, whether singing to 5 in a lounge or 5,000 at a festival or an intimate lounge, which are my favorites. So without further ado, I am introducing and bringing to the stage Miss CeCe Teneal.
Girl, when you was reading that, I said, who's she talking about?
You. I'm talking about you, madam.
Oh my gosh, I was about to tear up a little bit. It's crazy.
Listen, bring me on stage with you. I promise you I'll do 10 times better.
Oh my gosh,
Please. Listen, how are you, beautiful?
I am doing well. I'm home.
You're home.
Yes.
I'm listening to that. I'm like, 60 countries. Goodness grief. If we did 60 days out of the year, that's a whole lot. But we're talking about 60 countries. Like, how do you do it? How do you even manage your time?
I don't, right? No, honestly, Jazz, I first of all, I count it a blessing to be able to go out amongst the masses. I say all the time, like, this is a tremendous gift that God has entrusted me with.
Yes.
And I count it like I'm honored that he trusts me with it.
Yes.
And a lot of people think that it's just about the music, and it's not always just about the music. Sometimes people are in the audience and they're heavy, or they're sick, or this is their last trip before they pass. Like, this is it's so much more impactful than just saying, oh, CeCe can sing, right? And I try to impart that into entertainers that I'm mentoring. Like, it's not about you. It's you have been entrusted with the gift. So just want to put that out there at the beginning. Like, it is trust. God trusts you, right? We always say, if you give it to me, you could trust. I want to show you that you could trust me with it. Well, you have to show him that he can trust me with this, right? So that's why I do, and I go faithfully, right? I go when I'm tired. I go when I don't feel like it. I go when I think it's too much. I go when I'm sick, because it is my way of honoring the Father for him giving me this gift. I hope it makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense. Yes.
Are you managing your time, girl? No, I don't know where I am from one day to the next. If I didn't have a group of people orchestrating my puppeting, if you will, every move, I wouldn't know where I'm going, but I do it so grateful and so graceful because I am grateful.
I believe that. I believe that. And I can tell just by looking at you that you have taken this charge, this blessing that you've been granted, and you are doing good. Even reading your bio, you can tell that you are doing some good with this. And so let's take this thing all the way back to Osteen, Florida.
Yeah.
First of all, where is Osteen, Florida?
Okay, so Osteen is a little town that is on the other side of Sanford. So if you go between Sanford and Deltona, Osteen sits right there. So we thought Sanford was kind of like my grandma would call going to Sanford, going to town.
Gotcha.
So that's how Osteen. Osteen is. It's still, and I mean, I would move back there. That's where I feel like I'm gonna retire at, right?
Yeah.
But
it's
country, cows, and land. They just got a stoplight and a Walmart.
So Osteen has not been infiltrated yet. Like how there's no land left.
It hasn't been yet. I'm pretty sure it's on the way, but I think it's so country that they still have a while before. Like the highway on the road on my street is the 2-lane road.
Gotcha. Okay. And so did you grow up as a church kid? Like where did you start your talent?
So like my church was 100 steps from my house.
Oh wow. Good Lord, CeCe.
So I went to Sunday school.
Yes.
I went to, church. We didn't have church. We Baptists. So we don't go to church all day. We're going to have a little 11 o'clock service, and then we're going to go eat dinner, and then we're going to come back for a 3 o'clock service. Yeah. That's the model that I grew up with, right? This 10 o'clock service stuff, I don't know where that came from. I was 9 o'clock.
9:30, 10:40, 12:30.
Service, 9 o'clock Sunday school, 11 o'clock service. Okay. Go home, eat a little dinner that my grandma done prepared in the morning before she went to church. Yes. And then 3 o'clock afternoon service.
Yes. Gotcha. And so when did you pick up a microphone, or when did you notice that in your voice there was something totally different? Like you noticed?
I don't honestly think I noticed anything, right? Because it was a very brainiac kind of in school. Yeah. But the Easter program at Baptist Church,
good old Easter,
is going to reveal all talents.
Yes, it is.
So I just remember, I think it might have been, I think my godparents have a picture of me at like 6 years old. And that's the number that I generally use, because that's the first like memory that I had. And I remember being in that Easter program, but not as a singer, as a mom. Come on now. And I just remember like walking down there and like taking off my jacket and putting it behind my shoulder, like really being a true entertainer. Yes. Then after that, I think it's when I realized, okay, my voice does sound good. I'm going to sing like my mom in the choir. So I think that's kind of when I knew it was something like different about my voice. I don't even think I still knew it was good. I just knew it was different. Right. And so doing that, I think that's when it kind of like really registered to me that, okay, you might could sing a little bit or do what your mama does.
So what do you do with that knowledge in Osteen, Florida? Like, what do you do with that knowledge of, did you ever say to yourself, I think I want to do this for a living? Or was it something else that you wanted to do?
So I knew for a fact that I was going to be a teacher. I was going to teach some little kids math.
Okay.
English. I knew for sure that's what I was going to be. I knew it. And my mom, believe it or not, Jazz, my mom traveled with B.B. King so much, right? She traveled all over the world with him. And so that meant that she was gone a lot. And I was with my grandma. And so music was the furthest thing from my mind, because I'm like, if I want to have any type of relationship or, stable type of thing, then I cannot do that. Yeah. Regardless of whether I can do it or not, I'm not going to do that. So I grew up thinking I'm going to go to college and have the white picket fence and all of that stuff. That's what I grew up saying I was going to have. But God laughs when we make plans.
girl.
You go ahead and plan all you want to.
Yeah.
And what actually happened was I was singing in a talent show with a friend. There was a talent show coming up. We had moved to Gainesville because my mom had gotten a job there, and we had moved into Gainesville. And I was, I had friends, great friends, and one of my friends was like, and Florida Gators is like a big thing. So homecoming is a big thing. So we got ready to come up. My friend, close friend, she was like, I was like, what are we doing for your birthday this year? It's whatever. And she said, I just want one thing from you. And I was like, okay, girl, what you want? And she's like, I want you to sing in the talent show for the homecoming. I was like, no, that's not what we're doing here. I had my little job, and I'm like,
you got your good job.
Yeah, I don't have time for this music stuff. I'm trying to climb this here corporate ladder. Like, I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
And she was like, just for my birthday. I think she might have been she was a lot older than me, so she might have been turning 30.
Okay.
But it was a milestone birthday, whatever it was. And so I did this, and it was like 3-round things. I did the first round, qualified for the first round, did the second round, qualified, of course, and then, did that. But it was like as if it like lit a fire in like something that had always been there that was lying dormant. And I had never been happier than when I actually was on that stage. Like, I had never been happier.
Yeah.
So that's really how it happened. It wasn't like I had this epiphany like for my whole life that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. No, it just happened.
How old were you when you performed in that talent
20.
Show? 20. What did you perform? You remember?
What did I perform? I performed Can't Believe the Way You Talk. Seems you wanna call it off. What song is that?
Friends see you treat me like dirt. What happened to me?
I need answers.
Can you tell me? Listen to me.
It will rain. There'll be pain.
Yeah. Oh, you sung a good one, CeCe. Now you can't just come up there saying, I think I want to sing.
That's when my voice was real high. It was for real fresh.
Because I'm like, girl, thankfully the setting that we're in, when we get into that with crowd karaoke, we get a little grace because we can't hit them high notes when she starts going on and on. Now
yes.
Ooh, give me some. Now listen, I'm going back to when you said, my mom traveled with B.B. King, etc. Did you know the multitude of that when she was doing it?
No.
And I'm gonna give you a little. Go ahead.
It's like, and to really express that I didn't know the magnitude. Like, my mom was literally like, "Oh yeah, I'm making some collard greens for B.B. King." Oh yeah, he said he wanted a pot of lima beans.
Yeah. Just like, okay.
Cut up these onions because I'm making him a roast.
Yeah. That
like,
is
literally not even knowing that this is like the absolute king of the blues.
Wow. That's incredible. I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. Because I'm a director of programming here at my school. And one of the things that I do is I curate different enrichment opportunities for our students. And ironically enough, B.B. King's grandson teaches an enrichment here at my school.
Oh, wow.
So when you said that, I'm like, okay, look at all this music royalty. And it's like, even like seeing the stories that he tells me, because he used to travel on the road with his grandfather as well. And it's great when I did hear the stories just to hear it. And it's like, wow, like, you have the ability to be in the presence of greatness. And us looking from the outside in, it's just like, tell me a story. Well, what happened and what were they like, and what does it feel like to be on the stage? And you saw that through your mom, and then you felt it. It was a feeling with you, because you came to the realization that if you wanted something quote unquote stable, if you wanted just a life that just you could schedule it.
Yeah.
And you just know from one day to the next, 1 year to the next year, what you're going to be doing. You knew that you would not have that if you chose that path. And so you on stage singing Kelly Price.
Yeah.
How that makes people feel. What made you like just push the button and just say, I think I'm gonna do this?
Because that thing never made me like I had never felt that type of happiness, that type of fulfillment.
Yeah.
Um,
What gives you that?
I'm sorry?
What gives you that? What
You-
element of the show like gives you that?
Believe it or not, it is the response of the audience.
Yeah.
Because I realized that you can see people wake up. You can see their eyes wake up, right? A lot of times I'll be looking at the cameras from backstage, and you know, my spirit will be talking to me about who needs what, and who's going where, and you know, who's gonna be tough on you. But really the response, and then the things that happen after shows, right? The things like people coming up to me saying, you know what, I'm really mourning my father, but that song that you sang reminded me of him and gave me some joy. Or, you know, things like my mom just passed, and you know, hearing you sing really soothed me or calmed me. Or, you know, I have a very interesting story that I was on a cruise ship, and I decided for some reason I was doing a matinee show, and I'd never sing gospel on the cruise ships. Never, ever, ever sing gospel. And I sang that particular day, something was heavy on me, it was weighing on me. And I was like, let me go find this chart, find this, and let me sing this song. And I sang Bridge Over Troubled Water. Background vocals with nothing, just straight me with the band, right? And at the next day after the show, after I was walking around, some people saw me walking around, and they said, CeCe, you know, can we talk to you? Of course, you know. And, the guy, he was already like visibly weeping. The lady who was the wife, she said, I have to let you know what you did for us yesterday. So I'm like, okay. And I try not to like give him like the, you know, whatever thing, because I realize that God is always working. Like he's always working.
Absolutely.
And so I try not to be so shocked, but I am still like, you know. And she said, yesterday when you sang Bridge Over Troubled Water, we were able to use that as our daily devotion, because our family is doing a morning devotional every day because my sister has been diagnosed with brain cancer. And so immediately what I said was, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I could be, you know, something to lift up your family. Can I pray with you? Like without even like a second thing, it was, can I pray with you? You know, I have countless stories of things like that. This one lady, it was her first trip since her children had been killed in a car accident, and she only would sit by me in the theater.
Really?
She would sit by me, and every night she made her way and make sure she sat by me. And I'm just like, Lord, why does lady keep sitting by me? And then God, he said, because you are the light that is on this ship that she needs. And so, like I said, I could go on and on. And people are always like, CeCe, you always on the go. You never sit home. You never sit still, because my assignment, my purpose is not sitting.
And that's just really it. Listen, I wanted so badly to be a singer at some point in my life, and I never verbalized that to people. I just remember just singing in the choir, and somebody offered me a record deal, but me and my high school brain though, I was like, you ain't Interscope, you ain't Jive. Look, me and my high school brain, I'm like, what kind of record label do you have, like, that you're in Polk County, Florida? Like, I was just so skeptical. I was happy. I was so happy. But then I was like, I'm gonna get my heart broken because I don't think this is legit. Like, I was just like literally thinking, and I never shared it with my parents. I just did not believe it. And like to this day, I'm like, but what if, like, you know, just what if? And I that's why I love me some good music. I love live music. I love someone with a voice. Like, I can just be captured away in song, in someone's voice. Like, all day. That's all I wanted to do was sit in my room and just listen to music. And so
It's
when
interesting that
you're
you say that
in,
because the churches with the best music ministry are the ones that grow the most,
yeah,
because music is what opens the heart,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It opens the heart. Music, you can have all the words you want, but if you don't have some music, some good music, that thing has to open you up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. Like, the music has to open you up.
How would you say, talk to me, give us the journey to where, how did you get to where you are now? Because I know that there are so many people, like I listen to our music department here, and there are so many kids that, oh my gosh, they will blow you away, CeCe. Like, whenever you are, if you are ever in these parts, you gotta come hear our kids. Like, I'm telling you, they will floor you. And I just look at them and I know that they have like these thoughts and dreams of grandeur. Like, what did you do after that talent show experience that led you to where you are now?
To sum it up, I came back home to Orlando because, like I said, my mom had moved us to Gainesville. But I came back to Orlando and I just started grinding. I was anytime anybody would give me the microphone. And I don't even know if I was good then. Like, I was okay. Right. But I felt like I wasn't seasoned. I wasn't trained. I hadn't been singing in church every Sunday to like hone my craft or anything like that. I just kind of jumped out there. And I came back home to Orlando, found me a job. Home to Orlando and started singing on every open mic, everything, just grinding, and not really every no to me. I just didn't take no for an answer. And if they told me no, I would go make my own thing.
Yeah.
Right. Where I could perform, I would invite a whole bunch of people and me and the band would play, like just literally. And then when I took and started Sunday Night Live at the AKA Lounge, that's what really gave me a lot of, confidence that I could really do something.
Yeah.
And then moving from there, going to bb King's, like, it was just every step took me a different place. And I think the real breakthrough for me was when I said, you know what? I think I should do a tribute show. I had no idea, Jazz, of sheer money was in tribute shows. And
to tell.
And this was before Aretha passed, and I was singing at bb King's, but they had me singing every Aretha song. I was singing Dr. Feelgood and Rock Steady and Respect and Think and Natural Woman. Like, I feel like I had an Aretha show anyway, right? Yeah. And so I did a bunch of research, and then in 2015, I debuted this tribute show at the Dr. Phillips Center. So audience, but during that show, I took everything that I would have made at that show and reinvested it back into making it a production, right? I got the right video, I got the right CD, I got the right, every costumes, everything. And that's the video that I'm selling with right now.
Yes.
That's the video that they sell with right now. And so I started kind of doing those things and, really doing a lot of stuff around the town, but the tribute show started kind of booking here and there, but not like it is now. And then in 2020, I signed with an amazing booking agent.
Yeah.
And
I was about to ask you, like, you got to get, like, do you have people around you that just push you, because
I have a booking agent with multiple depths of agents that are out every day selling my product, but it still does not go without hard work, because I have to still be, innovative in a show and still making sure that, the band is on point. And I mean, I have a great team around me, a great musical director, 𝗓𝗓, like I said, a great agent. Just great people around me that keep this thing afloat. But I would say from then to now, it's been a whole bunch of stuff. It's been, AKA Lounge, doing my own thing, and then bb King's, and then, 2020 happened where everything was snatched from under us. And then coming out of that was such a beautiful transition, because as people got ready to really embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
They needed some brown soul singers
Mm-hmm.
cruise ships.
On a cruise ship.
And a lot of them that were not ahead of me,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I don't think something happened. I don't know. Something happened. I think they wouldn't get vaccinated or something like that.
Okay.
But whatever, it paved the way for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got on the cruise ships and I'm doing my thing now. But so now I do cruise ships, and I also do a lot of performing arts centers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the cruise ships, you've been able, is it a particular cruise line that you're with, or?
Well, technically I'm an independent contractor.
Okay.
But right now I'm working on celebrity and princess cruises.
Awesome. Because listen, I asked because listen, I like to sit through the variety shows, and I want to go to the matinees, and I want to experience good music. But sometimes when I go in those shows, and I'm just like, no. like no. But then
what lines do you
I sat through, but then I sat through some, and I'm like, I really sat there with the lens of think about who that person is performing, because I know several performers who they are, booked on cruise ships, and they love it. This is their life, like his last name is Lattimore, and he's from Orlando. Is it Charles Lattimore? I want to say it's Charles Lattimore, but he does cruise ships as well. He has a beautiful voice. He's we went to Florida A&M together.
Okay.
But
see, there's different types of entertainers, right? On cruise ships, you have a cast, right? And they kind of live on the ship for 6 months, 5 months, or whatever. And then you have what I do. I'm called a headline entertainer, right? Because I fly on and fly off.
And I think that's what
I might be on the
imagine.
Huh?
I would imagine that's what he does. I know someone else that I know that does it, Shauna Solomon. I know she used to do that too. She used to perform at BB King's as well. But I sat through like the show, and I was just like, like these people are living their dreams. Like I'm watching them, and I'm looking at, and I know it's a performance, but you can kind of read between the lines. Like, are you really enjoying yourself? Like, are you kind of doing this just to make a living for your family? But it's like the people that you can see that just really just light up the stage. You're like, they get to do this like every day. They're living their dreams. These probably are castmates that have to do the show like every time that they perform, not just fly in like you were explaining it. But I do try to give like every performance a chance. So I know I said no, but I was like, that was because I was with my kids at the show. They should have been at the kids club anyway, and acting like they don't want to sit through a show with me. But I love, I ask because I'm like, one day I gotta book a cruise to see you. I want to see you, in your glory. I want to see you in your element instead of just.
I'll be posting my calendar for the rest of the year shortly.
Okay, awesome. And so I'm not going to get into the glory moments as of yet, but I know that there are stories. I know that there are things that you've had to overcome in your journey. I also know that you're not done at all. The accolades that I spoke about at the beginning of the show, I know that they probably occurred probably after, probably before, probably during some of those struggles that you had. But what do you consider to be, when you think about your comeback story, what is that for you?
Honestly, I think what was a real turning point for me was BB King's. Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah.
I kind of poured everything that I had into BB King's. And it really taught me about corporate music situations where you could be any corporate thing. You could be everything one day, and then the next day they don't want you anymore.
Let's speak on that.
Doesn't matter if the line is right. I mean, at BB King's, we had, we won Best Live Entertainment 2 or 3 years in a row. We the line was down the hallway and down the walkway and around the corner.
Yeah.
And one day they just came and said, you know what, CeCe, we're gonna go with 2 guitars instead of a female vocalist. And it was rumored that they didn't want the clientele that came with me. That they weren't spending money, they weren't tipping, they weren't, whatever. So they punished me for what they thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was my first time being kind of like full-time music, you know. And that sent me to rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It sent me to rock bottom. Like, it sent me to not having a house of my own, not having not knowing where I was going to make my next amount of money from. Like, so they did it to me then. And then they called me maybe like 6 months later when I'm just like kind of like wrapping my head around stuff, getting myself together. And they were like, okay, we want you to, we're sorry. Can you go on a cruise for us? And I was like, okay, sure. Because at this point I'm like, I need money. I want money, you know what I mean? I want to sing. Went out with on a contract 6 months, and then I came back home and then put together a band here from Orlando to go out again because this is a new thing. Long story short, they did it to me again, and that's what really like crushed me. And I remember that was 2013.
When you say they, CeCe, who's they?
It's a combination of people. It's can I curse? No.
Look, baby, I like transparency. Listen.
To be honest with you, it is corporate America, but also singers have a hard time out here with these shady ass musicians. Like, it's some shady musicians out here, and a lot of times, believe it or not, the musicians are so intimidated by the shine that the singers get. They try to take our power. They try to take control of what it is that they try to take control. And so I would say the first time it was corporate, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say the second time I felt like it was some intimidated musician. And the thing is like when people are doing things like this to you, they don't realize that you literally on your last leg. Like, I remember being so stressed out sometimes on that ship that I was like, you know what, I could just end it all right here. And nobody would ever have to worry about me again. I remember standing on the ship one day having that same thought, and I'll never forget that my grandma. You know, your grandma used to tell you about the small, still voice. I heard that voice say, "I'm not finished with you yet." Right? And so I would have to say that was my rock bottom and my preparation for a comeback. Right? Because in that moment, I knew. I said, you know what? It don't matter what I do. God got me. I'm His anointed. He said, touch not my anointed. But He also said, I'm not going to leave you or forsake you. And those are the things that started that old time word. That's what started resonating in my ear. And that's what I carry with me. From that moment, I was so depressed. I'm talking about medically depressed, like had to have some Xanax to be able to cope. I was so low. But when I came back home, I decided, I said, you know what? I will never be in a situation again where somebody controls my legacy. Where somebody controls my livelihood. I will never be in that place again. And so from 2014 to now, I grind like I grind because I will never be in that situation. And once I started betting on me, I took everything I had and reinvested it in myself. I'm still reinvesting in myself, but I take all and I invest in myself. I don't need a label. I don't need none of that. I invest in CeCe Teneal because I will never be in a place again where somebody can tell me you're not going to be able to feed you're not going to be able to eat today. You're not going to make a pay card. You're not going to be able to, never that. I would say that would be my biggest comeback because that was my lowest low. So from then to now, I've been grinding to get to this pinnacle that I've reached around 2021, 2022, where I'm super booked, not worried about where the next gig is coming from, like
Yes.
getting to that point. But I had to. The thing that people don't realize is that in order to truly elevate, you got to fall.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Right? You
Yeah.
got to fall. You got to fall. You got to skin up your teeth and bust your lip and have a nosebleed. You have to fall.
Yeah. It's lessons in those falls.
Because the only way you appreciate it is if you fall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you just have it all handed to you, there's no appreciation. And I feel like that whole BB King's thing, every single part of that was a learning experience for me. You got to fall.
You do. You
Got
do.
to fall.
You do. You do. When you took your power back, what would you say was one of your most memorable wins where you felt like, I'm definitely doing this right now. Like I needed that, and this is why that setback set me up for this.
In 2015, maybe 2014. In 2014, 𝗲𝗂𝘲 𝗏𝘁 said to me, it was 2015 because we did the show in 2016. The Dr. Phillips Center had just really opened up, and she said, I think you need to do a show here. What show are you going to do? And I said, maybe this is the time for me to do my Aretha show. I've been working on it. I had been putting in the atmosphere. I had, been thinking about it, but I'm like, you know what? I got to do a show.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that night, putting on that production, red carpet, all these Black people out here in their gowns and true total Black excellence. That was my first time I had my own step and repeat and experience and all of that. And once I did that, I said, you know what? You could do this, little Black girl.
Yeah.
And I had so many people that stepped up to help me with that. Like I have people that were on that team then that are still on my team now.
That's
right.
amazing.
One of them, she just chimed in, 𝗂𝗲 James. 𝗂𝗲 has been with me for 20 years. We've known each other and we've been working together for 15 of those 20. Because the other thing that is paramount in this industry is loyalty.
Yeah.
And most of my musicians, most of the people that have been with me for a long time because I am loyal.
Yeah.
And I believe in taking those along with me that help me get there. If you're ready.
Speak on it.
Because Tyler Perry, I don't know if you heard him, but he said sometimes we're trying to take people with us higher, but they're not ready to breathe at that altitude.
They're not ready. Right? I mean, get in the camera for that one because yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
They ain't ready.
Listen,
and we want them to be ready. They not ready.
Yeah.
And that's one of my today lessons. That's one of the things I'm learning today is that you can take the horse to the water.
But you cannot.
Right?
You cannot.
Wait, it's better though.
Okay, it's better than that. Okay.
To the water, and they can drink the water, but the water isn't always enough to sustain them.
Okay,
you need some food too.
Facts. I just said facts, and 𝗃𝗍𝗃 just chimed in facts. Like it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Now I saw something, and of course, it's been making its way across social media. I know how you said that you've been on the grind since the incident with BB King's, like around 2014 is where you started to see, the light come back again, and you took your power back. There was something that 𝗂𝗲𝘃 said across the internet where she CeCe.
Did you see what I posted about it?
I want you to talk to the people. Come on, CeCe, tell us, because 𝗂𝗲𝘃, if those of you who don't know, and I know you guys, you should know,
set it up.
It stated, it's great to have a dream. It's good to chase your dream, but baby, you got to get a job. Like you got to get a job to make ends meet. You got to make it make sense. Like you can work that 9 to 5. build up what you need, and then you can go back to that dream. And so there was a lot of controversy with that, with entrepreneurs who felt like, no, I don't have a plan B. The plan A is the plan B. And so it was just a lot of people going at it, going back and forth. And I'm just sitting there like, I'll get a job. Like I'm going to always chase my dreams, but I'm going to let CeCe tell y'all what she said.
Let me tell you something. Yes. I have a business degree. I worked my little HR job for 18 years.
Yeah.
A couple of different jobs for 18 years. The lady did not say, Mrs. Tabitha Brown, with all due respect. What she said was 100% on point.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, I'm going to just take it to myself, okay? Me having a job afforded me the opportunity to learn how to run a business.
Yes.
Okay? Because had I got this, what I have now 18 years ago, having to do payroll, having to maintain insurance, having to get flights, having to, have an assistant to get hotels and corporate points and all of that. If I had to do that before I had my corporate job, I wouldn't have been ready. My corporate job set me up to have these skills to know how to run a business. And what she said is, she was correct. She said, you've been at this for a long time. They have been. You ain't really bringing in no money. They not.
Yeah.
The idea is great, but your product ain't all the way there yet. Your idea is great, but your follow through sucks.
Right.
Those were the entrepreneurs that she was talking about. She wasn't talking about every entrepreneur, the ones that maintain good business and the ones that do the things
that part. Yes.
Even in business, you're going to struggle. There's going to be times. Every business, even corporate America struggles. I mean, if your grant if you're working for the county and they pull your grant this year, you might have to wait, and go on another one. Like things are always up in the air because nothing stops. Everything is always moving. However, you're sleeping on grandma's couch because you want to be an entrepreneur. Then it's time for you to go get a little job. Ain't nothing wrong with you having a little receptionist job from 9 to 5, and then you go from 5 to 10 and bake your cakes. Sell cupcakes or sell them on the weekend. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with you having you a little, go work at the school in the cafeteria for, from 9 to 2. And then from whatever time to whatever time, you go ahead and you cook your dinners on the side. She's not telling you not to do that.
Right.
She was saying, you're not at the point yet where you're able to do that full time.
Right. Right.
I was not at the point where I could do it full time. I gradually scaled my time back. And then in 2020, when the George Floyd thing happened, I just was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I was done for other reasons other than, you know what I mean? Just saying, oh, I don't want to work. Because I tell you what, Jazz.
Tell us.
If all this shit go away tomorrow.
Listen.
I'm going to be on Indeed, LinkedIn,
Listen.
Finder, Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm going to be
every single one of them.
Polk County, Orange County, Volusia, Seminole.
All on the sub list.
I'm going to be doing everything. I might be getting a little pharmacy tech certificate.
Phlebotomy.
Make my money.
Yes, I'm going to do some welding. I'm not above it. I'm not above it.
Consult with some people, write you a little handbook. I'm going to get me some money. And those people that are, I feel like COVID made entrepreneurship look simple.
Yeah.
Right. And people think that, I'm just going to be an entrepreneur, but that's not a substitute for hard work.
Right.
Being an entrepreneur is harder work than you going to clock in somebody. My wife, she don't want no parts of no entrepreneurship. When she clock out, she wanted to leave it at them people's job. And then maybe when she go back, she could pick it back up when she get there, but she don't want nothing that's going to take home. Versus me, I'm like, okay, all day, every day, lots of this. Who calling me now? Who texts me now? All day.
Yeah. I'm going to just tell you, like you just said something where this whole time I'm thinking that, you just being off of stereotypes with musicians and people who just travel in the industry. Let me find out, because I did not know. I didn't know you were married. And so how does that work? Because I can just imagine you have a busy schedule and you're gone. Like, does she travel with you? Like,
Well, I
how
got
do
the
y'all
kind
make
of
that
marriage.
work?
Well, I got the kind of marriage where we like our own space.
Okay.
Okay.
What's my girl's name that's on
Shirley Ralph?
Yes, is that what you're referring? Like y'all just
Well, no, I mean, we live together, we own a home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we don't have some people can't breathe without each other. They have to do everything together.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful. That's what I thought I wanted.
okay. Because see, I'm in the mind of thinking that that's what I want too.
I thought I wanted that.
A little bit. Like I got to have my space, but
I thought I wanted that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I thought I wanted that.
Yes.
Until I got a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, player. I don't need you everywhere with me. I don't need you on every scene with me. I don't need you every time I go to the bathroom, you in the bathroom too. Like, I don't need that. I need my own space.
Yeah.
I love it when we come together. Let's
Yeah.
come together and make beautiful music. However,
please
go to your own corner
Yes.
at some point in the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And people might frown on me for that, but I can guarantee you, Jody gonna say the same thing. Yeah, no, go ahead and do your thing.
Go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah.
So the travel is good. Like,
fine.
Okay.
I do believe, though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think FaceTime and
Okay.
Facebook and TikTok and all of those things make it easier because you actually, even though you don't have the physical contact, you're still able to maintain contact.
Gotcha.
Right, and it's not just a phone. You can actually see the person.
Yeah. Now I have to ask you this, with just being a musician, because if I like a specific DJ, if I like a specific songstress, I'm going to dabble a little bit deeper into who they are. And if they put up these schedules, I'm going to be here, here, here. And if I really like them, I'm going to see them like more than just one time. But do you ever run into, or have you ever ran into any situations where fans are like a little bit weird? Like, it's just like, okay, I keep seeing y'all. Like, this is just like, it's a little weird. Like, do you have that space, or is it just like, no, I'm welcoming you as a fan? Like, I honestly understand that you like music. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very welcoming.
Good.
Because ultimately I am protected, right?
Yeah.
And the reason that I do this is not for fanfare or notoriety or anything like that. Like, I take this seriously.
Yeah.
I take music having the healing principles that it has, healing properties that it has. I know that it has that. And so I'm very careful with how I interact with people.
Yeah.
And there's an ongoing joke amongst people that I work with. It's like everybody want to touch the hem of CeCe garment. I'm like, no, I'm not Jesus now, right? But people do love being in my company. They love to touch me. They love to just, you know what I mean, hug and whatever. And I welcome it because you don't know why people need that.
Yeah.
You don't know why they need it. And I think that so many entertainers are in their own way now.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because they've made it about them. And I just promise I'm not going to do that. I'm going to always get out of my own way. Like that is my prayer before I take the stage every time. Right. God, I'm getting out of the way now so that you can go before me and get the glory.
I love that. I got
to get out of the way because it ain't about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Satan was one of the chief minstrels. So it's easy for the enemy to try to come into this music thing and stir up stuff. I hate that he is so successful in causing discord amongst singers and musicians, right? Yeah. But I vow that I'm not going to let it nothing is going to get in the way of my ministry to his people. Like nothing is going to. I don't care who like me. I don't care who like my voice, who, people have said, oh, CeCe can't sing or CeCe can't this. I don't care nothing about y'all.
Absolutely.
Because what's most important is that I'm able to say whatever I need to say.
Yeah.
And it be translated into whatever language that person needs to get.
Absolutely.
So that they can hear that God loves them.
Yeah.
So they can hear the gospel. It doesn't matter that it's not gospel, what is categorized as gospel music, right? It doesn't matter that it's not me singing about Jesus. I could be singing about love and that touch somebody because they are in need of love, or touch somebody because they need, they're going through a breakup and the song is giving them hope. Like, it doesn't matter what the song is, as long as I ain't saying go kill yourself, but there's other ways for it to resonate with people outside of it just being traditional gospel music.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Agree with that. I hear that you have something brewing. It's already done. We got our first little sample of it, like with a little sweet tea and some hot sauce going on. Talk to me about the new project.
So I could be a little, I'm super, everybody always says CeCe's so sweet, she got a good heart, whatever. Yeah. But I am so spicy sometimes. And I am just like, so for so long I've been like, no, I'm sweet, I'm not spicy. And then I was just like, you know what, girl, you got a little spice, you got a little hot sauce on you. I like to laugh. I could be so petty sometimes. But all of the things. Yes, but I also have a very strong opinion about things. And a lot of times, and I'm also can be super inspirational. Yeah. And I've had this whole list of these topics that I'm like, at some point I'm gonna talk about them. And then my auntie, and they gotta watch the episode, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something that was quick. Yeah. Right. Okay. Something that people could watch in one scroll. You don't gotta like go to YouTube. You don't gotta go nowhere. You can watch it in one scroll. Yeah. And so I decided I was gonna do these 2-minute nuggets. Okay. A couple of times a week. Yeah. On just whatever is on my heart. So, like this episode this week is welcome, right? Welcome. Why I'm doing this. Yeah. And then later this week, you might get an episode because somebody asked me what kind of singer am I, right? So just little things like that. I have, a lot of country sayings that I use on a regular basis. Give me some. Girl, like even swap ain't no swindle. Yeah. Okay. And my mama used to say pressure will bust any pipe. Yeah. Right. So just little things like that I can really like embellish upon and really like tell some stories and give some lessons and that kind of thing. But that's what sweet tea and hot sauce is. Sweet tea is comforting. Hot sauce is spicy, but put them together and you're going to get a dose of CeCe and what I feel about certain things. And that's it. I wanted to get these things out of my head, but I didn't want to crowd my music page with it. Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna see, girl. I don't know, because like people are sending me like, "Can you talk about this? Can you talk about this?" I love that. Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes I have the platform to say things that people want to say, but they can't. Right. My team was like, "You're gonna have to say these are not all my views and my
all my views and opinions." I love that. So listen, on the music front, how can we support you? Like, what do you have coming up next? Like,
I am literally booked from now until May of next year. Girl. Which I'm so grateful. Yes. But I think what I would love is I am generally not home for Christmas. And what I would love is for people to come to my Christmas show at Judson's. I'm doing 2 days. Okay. You can go to drphillipscenter.org and just search Judson's, CeCe Teneal, but I'm doing December 20th and December 21st. Awesome. For Christmas shows, it's 4 shows. And I'm telling people like skip your own Christmas party and just come with us, because you got the band included, the music is there, the food is there, you don't got to cook. All you got to do is dress up. Yeah.
You know what? I gotta get me a group together. We gotta come.
Yeah. And like I said, it's on a Saturday and a Sunday. And it's the week of Christmas. So I think everybody's out of work or whatever on the 19th. Yeah. So 20th and the 21st is the show I'm so excited
And
about.
Dr. Phillips.
At Dr. Phillips, and yes, at Judson's though, their little jazz club that they have.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how people can support me. And then of course, like if you see something that I post online and you know somebody in that city, share it with them. You know, maybe they might want to come out. I know one thing I can't always guarantee is that we're gonna put on a good show.
Absolutely. Listen, y'all, make sure you follow CeCe on her socials and the website. Follow her on the website, all of our socials. Listen, you are just dynamic. I love listening to your voice, and you're gonna make me go and play some Kelly Price. You just have that embedded in my
yeah, right
now. Like I'm gonna be jamming home. My kids gonna be like, oh my gosh. I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing it. Like, I want to ask you something.
Even Kelly Price, did you see? She just had a little controversy going on the other day.
You know what? How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that?
I think so. Maybe her delivery wasn't the best. Okay. However,
because people say it never is.
I'm gonna say even though her delivery was not the best, I'm gonna just leave it right there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I do have some experiences like that, right? I could be in the theater and I say it all the time. Like I've literally come off stage sometimes. I'm just like, what do I have to do? And literally it is oftentimes the Black people that are staring at me like, what's she up there doing? Like they just don't, our standards are so high, I think.
Listen, I already knew what you was going to say. Like, golly.
Yeah. And so they will sit there and look at me in the front row and won't get up and everybody else is up around them. Some of my experiences with Black women and just African American people in general have not been the nicest.
Yeah.
Now, you know, on the other hand, I have some great experiences with African American organizations. And the challenge for me comes, honestly, because it has not only been African Americans that have supported my career.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the advances that I have made have not been because my audience is filled with African American people. And I hate saying that, but it's just the truth. Like it's us. We don't buy tickets. You know, when I go to other cities, I have to make like special videos for, you know, the Black church or special videos for these different social and economic, these social organizations. I have to really like almost beg.
Yeah.
And so I understand why Kelly is, I've never had those statements said about me because I'm gonna make sure every time I'm out and look good, I'm gonna be right.
Yeah.
But I think Kelly was right in a lot of ways. There are some really mean African American women, and there's mean people, right?
Yeah, it is.
But you want but my heart wants
your community to
embrace me and support me, and when they don't, it hurts worse than anybody else. It hurts worse than any other situation of somebody being mean or somebody being, you know, rude. When it is an African American woman, it hurts worse.
Yeah.
I think that's what Kelly Price was trying to say, that because it is Black on Black women crime, right? Black on Black women bullying or keyboard bullying, I think it hurts you worse.
And it does. It really does. So I get it. I get it too. Yeah. We got to do better. But I love your aura. Like if I come to your show, when I come to your show, I'm gonna have a smile on my face. I'm gonna be jamming. If people next to me are up, even if they're not, I'm gonna get up too. I love some good music, and I love a good artist, especially an artist who does things like this. Like, you know, CeCe, you gave me your yes, and I'm truly honored and truly grateful for that, because I've watched you for years. I'm just like, she's so amazing. Like, I love your energy. I love what you bring to your craft. And so I just want to say thank you for your yes and appearing on this podcast. It's award-winning podcast.
Yay, absolutely. I think that for me, it doesn't matter. Like, I have a motto, 5 and 5,000, right?
Yeah.
It could be 5 people in the audience. It could be 5,000 at a festival. It doesn't matter to me. And so that goes the same for when people want to have a conversation with me. I love having conversations, because a lot of times you just see me on a stage and you see the sass and the fire and whatever on stage, and you think that's who I am, even off the stage, when in all actuality, it's no different than Beyonce. It's an alter ego.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been more intentional about being sweeter and softer on stage, because I want people to see me.
Yeah.
It's something about when the music hits me, that sass just comes on. I can't do nothing about it.
But do you have a name for your alter ego? You have a name for your alter ego?
No, because it's not really an alter ego. It's just a part of the way I perform. Yeah. Right. And it's hard to command an audience when you're meek.
Yeah.
Right. You got to have a little oomph to you. You know what I mean? In order to do that. But when I come off the stage, I don't want to have that oomph.
Yes.
I want to chill.
I get it. So listen, drop the Christmas event that we need to make sure that we come to support you, CeCe. And so let's make sure everybody comes.
Yeah, I will do that.
So I want to make sure that we support CeCe's December 20th and 21st. You said Jackson's at Dr. Phillips. And so make sure that we get tickets, because the tickets are already on sale, right?
Yeah, they're on sale now. And I don't know, like, you know, how they are, how they're moving or whatever, but it's definitely, it's definitely on sale and coming. Yeah.
So do you have any final words that you want to leave with the audience tonight?
You know what? I just want to basically say to everybody, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to just really be candid and not have to put on any airs to
not over here
have a conversation. And if I just had to say anything to anybody, I love what your show stands for. That I think I just want to harp on the setback is a set up for your come up, right? And if you don't fall, you will never soar. Right, because you have to have those bruises and cuts and scrapes in order to really appreciate what and where you're going to what you're going to become and where you're going.
I agree.
So I just really want to leave everybody with that. Like, you know, if I'm nothing, I'm a symbol of what it looks like when you fall, take control, get back up, and start to fly.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, CeCe. Those are wonderful and wise words. Listen, take it to heart. Our viewers out there, make sure that you take it to heart. Yeah. I want to say thank you so much for being my special guest here on the Jazzie Conversations with
Jazzie. For having me.
Thank you so much. This has been episode 164. Make sure that if you are catching it with the replay, you drop replay in the comments. Make sure that you are following us on Facebook, on IG, and on all of your social media platforms. I definitely will see you November 8th at my podcast anniversary live show. Miss Satoria, you have just earned yourself two complimentary tickets to that show. So make sure you inbox me at the end of this show. Thank you for those of you who tuned in live. I know a lot of y'all like to come back and catch the replay, but I said tune in live. I know it is a Monday and I know how y'all are, but thank you so much, Satoria. I will make sure I get those tickets to you, and I will see you all back here on Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in. And always remember that you can come back from anything with God, using the right resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. Make sure that you understand that when you fall, it is your opportunity to rise back up. All right. I love that, Miss CeCe. And so, CeCe, have a great evening. I cannot wait to catch the next sweet tea and hot sauce. I will be listening.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you.